Hey, good morning everybody. Back today with another Tesla full self-driving video. And we're going to be on version 12.3.4 today. So I just got this version last night and I haven't even driven on it yet, so you'll be seeing my first impressions. The previous video that we did, I believe, was on 12.3.3, and I think we had a couple of interventions on the way to Yorktown Beach. But today we're going to be going back along our test route. It's going to be a little bit different today. Just at the beginning, I'm starting from a different location than where I usually do. And I think this location will be a better test because the road that I'm sitting on right now, I've pretty much always had issues all the way back to 11.3.5, which was the first version that I got. So I do want to start documenting how the car progresses along here. And so the main issue with this road right now is the speed control on it. We're usually going a little bit too slow. And prior to version 12, the issue with this road was also speed control, but in a little bit different way. So you'll see right here that, if you can see that, the car thinks that the speed limit on this road is 25 miles per hour. And with version 11, that wasn't a huge deal because I could turn the speed up manually to 38. And you have the option to do that in version 12, but to be just completely honest, if you do that, it doesn't really make a difference for me. The car still won't go whatever speed I tell it to in some cases. So I want to see how the car progresses along here. Right now it doesn't drive miserably slow like it did in 12.3, but there's definitely times where it's a little bit too slow or a little bit too conservative around corners. But there also have been big improvements along this road too that I'll talk about as we go. So I've got my route already typed in. As always, I'm going to try to actually remember to delete my navigation pins along the way so that we don't accidentally stop or have to intervene for navigational reasons. And we'll see how today's drive goes. Alright, so you can see we're already having some issues with speed control here. I don't know if it's because it thinks it's 25 or what, but we kind of creeped around that car back there. Then we sped up to 30, and then the car braked kind of hard to come back down to 25. And so right now we're just kind of maintaining 26. What's funny about version 12 though, sometimes it does think the speed limit on this road is 35, which it never did that in version 11. But version 12, sometimes when I pull out of my driveway, it thinks that it's 35. So that has been a slight improvement, but overall not a major improvement for speed on this road. So it seems like it's kind of catching on right now. We're up to 32, which is a little bit more comfortable. I'm trying to get this battery door on my GoPro to stop rattling around right now. Need a piece of tape or something to wrap around it. Yeah, definitely some weird speeding up and slowing down still. I think it's probably hard enough braking to even turn the brake lights on, so we're kind of like fluctuating between 28 and 33. Not sure why the car is doing that. We do have somebody coming up behind us now, so I'm hoping the car will speed up. Alright, so that has helped us get up to about 34. They are riding right on our bumper right now, but that's okay. I'm going to let the car keep acting as it does. So I'm hoping today's video looks a little bit better. I've been messing around a whole lot with camera angles and camera mounts, and what's been really driving me crazy in previous videos is I've had stabilization on, which is good because obviously it makes the video more stable and not so shaky, but it also causes some weird effects. Like the video kind of looks like it's floating at times, and then also when the car turns left and right, you'll see the video pan left and right. And I didn't used to notice it in other people's videos, and now when I look back, I've started noticing it now just because I was looking for it. So it didn't really drive me that crazy when I was watching other people's videos, but when watching my own, it definitely bothered me. So I've got a lot stronger mount now for the GoPro. Prior to this one, I was using an actual GoPro brand suction cup, and it did an okay job. But once I added an extension rod to it, it kind of became pretty unstable. So I'm hoping this one works a little bit better. If it does, I'll link it down below in the description, but this is a Fat Gecko triple suction cup. I think it's made by Delkin, and so far it seems a lot more stable. And I'm still trying different variations and different ways of mounting the camera to this one, but so far this definitely seems to be working better. The camera looks more visually stable, at least while we're in the car. So we're turning on a turn signal for this turn. A lot of people don't turn signal here. We're also going pretty slow. Alright, we should speed up now. The speed limit here, well, it was up to 35 for a second, but the speed limit on this road is 35. The car is doing a very comfortable 39, which is about what everybody does drive through here. And we got the speed limit sign right there, finally. So it's funny that driving FSD has made me realize how few speed limit signs there are through this city. That whole first 3 miles of this drive, or 2.5 miles of this drive, there wasn't a single speed limit sign the whole way. So never really realized that in the past. It makes me want to just hang one up. See what the car does then. Okay, definitely seems more aggressive through here on 12.3.4. Previous version slowed down a lot more through these curves right here. Sometimes down to like 32 or 33. So this feels much more comfortable so far. And I don't know if it's because I have people behind me or if this is an actual difference in the version. But so far it definitely feels like a difference to me. Okay, we seem to do a better job there staging up for this lane too. Sometimes the car has been a little bit uncertain and it would kind of waver back and forth between which lane it wanted, but it seemed to really, as soon as the lane started widening to come up to these 3 lanes, it seemed to really center itself perfectly. So I'm very happy with that. So far this version's feeling very good. We haven't had any interventions so far, which is awesome. It may not seem like much, but that route in the past, it would be pretty rare for me to make it through there without any interventions. In version 11, some of the interventions were just because it wouldn't even do the turns, wouldn't do some of the turns. And then other interventions were for bad turn signaling that would really confuse people around me. And if it didn't confuse them, it at minimum embarrassed me. So definitely a huge improvement so far. So the road we're coming on to now, there's a speed limit sign here that says 35, but really up here in about 100 feet it's going to switch to 55. Seems like version 12 slowly, as the updates have come through, has gotten closer and closer to actually going the speed limit on these roads, which is great. So far this ride's been extremely smooth, and I do feel like I'm getting a little bit more steering wheel nag than I have in the previous couple builds, but not horrible, and certainly nothing worse than 11.4.9 was. It seemed like 11.4.9 had a lot of steering wheel nag. Now there was a piece of roadkill in the road right there. It's pretty well already run over, and the car did not avoid it. I probably would have avoided it, and I'm just saying that to note that it doesn't seem like currently it's avoiding all roadkill or avoiding a lot of roadkill. So just want to see how that progresses in the future. So right now we're behind a couple of cars, so I can't get a good gauge of what speed the car wants to go, but it feels good so far. Like I said, everything's been very, very smooth. Really liking this version so far. It seemed like 12.3.3 was a little bit of a regression for me from 12.3.2.1. So I'm happy so far with how this is feeling. The braking feels really, really smooth. And it also feels like the car is carrying more speed up to the people in front of me, which is really nice feeling. Version 12 has been very slow coming up to stop signs and stoplights so far, or stopped cars in front of me. I mean, it would slow down probably 30 to 40 feet before them and then kind of creep forward, and it might be closer to 20 to 30 feet, but it was very smooth but very unnatural feeling. Like I don't think too many humans drive like that. Maybe some do, but I know I certainly don't. Now, I don't carry crazy speed up to people, but just a lot more natural slowdown in my opinion. And you know, you shouldn't expect full self-driving to drive exactly like you would. Sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes that's a bad thing. Some people are bad drivers and they're very impatient, and so they shouldn't expect full self-driving to be just as impatient and in a rush as they are. And then, you know, some people probably drive slower than FSD does and it feels like FSD is flying to them. But one way or another, what you're looking for is that what the car does is predictable, it's smooth, and it's not making dangerous maneuvers. It's not like Tesla can design a software that drives exactly like every individual human in the car would drive. Yeah, we're carrying a lot better speed up to stoplights. Feels much better so far. But yeah, it'd be very, very hard to design a software that caters itself to the individual who's sitting in the driver's seat. Maybe that's something that we'll see in the future, but I certainly wouldn't expect that now. And if you're new to FSD, don't be disappointed when you try it and it drives differently than you. You know, set your expectations realistic. It's not perfect, but it's very good. Like right now, it's driving very smooth. We'll get a good test to see if it's going to go 55 or not. Right now, we're doing 47 and we've kind of slowed down, but we're speeding up now. Up to 53. And to be totally honest, I'm comfortable with going this speed. I do think if anybody gets up closer behind us, it's going to speed up. But we are going to be making a right-hand turn here, and I'm going to go ahead and get ready to delete the next navigation pin. I'm going to really try my best this time not to have any navigational errors. Alright, navigation pin has been deleted. So I'll add a clip at the end of this video, and it's going to be recorded off of my cell phone because my GoPro didn't save it, unfortunately. But a couple of days ago I was driving home, and out of the blue, a deer runs out in front of the car, and I have absolutely no idea where this deer came from. I was looking around at the time and didn't see anything. Of course, it's not an area that I typically look for deer. There's not usually deer there, but this deer came flying in front of me. And truth be told, I don't think that the car had time to react to it. I know I didn't have time to react to it. I didn't even see it coming. It was just, I was driving and all of a sudden it was there. And even in the dash cam footage, of course you can't see the B-pillars in the dash cam, or if you can, and I just don't know how, somebody please tell me because I'd love to be able to see it. But in the dash cam video, there is no sign of this deer, and then all of a sudden it's just there. So right now we're driving kind of slow through here. This is the same thing that it would do on 12.3.3. Usually up here, we pass this 40-mile-per-hour speed limit sign and the car does speed up, and I'm hoping it does that. Now it's not uncomfortably slow right now, but it's definitely, I would be going about 45 right now. So we've passed the speed limit sign, no real change. We're hovering right at 40, 39, 40. Yeah, it definitely seems like the nag is turned back up. Or maybe I'm just going a little bit crazy, but definitely seems like it's turned back up again. So something big that's happened in the last day or two, I think it was yesterday that it was made official, is the subscription price for FSD has now dropped to $99 a month. That is like crazy affordable, and honestly I kind of wish I hadn't bought it outright now, because that's such a good price, and I don't know if that's going to come with any downsides in the future, if maybe they're going to limit something, or I don't know. I haven't heard that. I'm just you know, speculating, because that's such a good price, or if it's going to go back up in 6 months or what. Or it could go the opposite way, where they lower the price of outright buying it, which would really upset me, because I was lucky enough to purchase it at $12,000 instead of $15,000. But either way, if the price dropped, if the price of buying it outright dropped 100 or 50% like it did the subscription price, yeah, I'd be a little bit sick to my stomach over that one. But it is good to see that price drop. I'm hoping. All right, little pothole here. We did not avoid it. It also wasn't too bad. But yeah, I'm hoping more people will buy into it now and give it a try, and hopefully they're impressed with it. So something 12.3.3 would do here is it would try to merge over into the center lane, when really we have a right-hand turn coming up here in just a second. Looks like we're trying to do that. So no improvement there. Sometimes it'll catch itself. Yeah, a little bit unsure. It goes in, comes over. I think it's doing that just because it's used to every time you merge onto a road, you pretty much always, the merge lane ends, but in this case it actually continues. So I'm hoping it gets back over in a second, because we do have people coming up behind us in that lane, and I don't want to hop over in front of them and then immediately slow down and turn. Alright, so we've gotten back over. A little bit slow. Alright, we're speeding up now. Looks like the people behind us are going to go around, and we're going to be making this right-hand turn right now. GoPro battery door is driving me insane. Now this is me turning on the windshield wipers, trying to clean up the windshield a little bit. I've got to get better about doing that before I film these videos. Sometimes it looks pretty rough on camera. Yeah. So I'm running pretty low on windshield washing fluid right now. I was really hoping to find a way to purchase the actual stuff that Tesla puts in it from the factory, because it smells really good and it does a great job. But haven't had any luck finding what they use. So I'm going to go ahead and edit my trip right here and delete this next pin. And hopefully it lets us finish up on this road. Yeah, looks like we're good. Sometimes if you delete the navigation pin too quick, it'll take a route you're not expecting it to. And definitely want to make sure we stick to our test route. So up here in a minute, we've got an intersection that the car frequently slows down for, but there's no stop sign for us. So I'm hoping to see a little bit of improvement there. Intersection's coming up here right now. You can kind of see the stop sign up there. It doesn't really face us, but you can see the face of it. Nope, we're slowing down. Not sure why. These people want to turn. They just went ahead and went because we're going so slow right now. So we're going to basically we stopped at 12 miles per hour. I don't know why it does that there. There is no reason to slow down there. So I didn't have to intervene there. I didn't press the pedal or anything, but if there had been somebody behind me, I definitely would have. So up here in a minute, we're going to be turning right onto Lakeside Drive, 45 miles per hour. We'll see how the car does there. So far, the speed control seems not significantly changed from the previous version. It seems like in some spots maybe it's going a little bit quicker, but still has some of the weird tendencies that it has before, where it will speed up really well and then hit the brakes kind of soft and slow back down. Like right now we're slowing down quite a bit for, I don't know if it's because the guy in his driveway there or what, but we didn't need to slow down from 33 to 26 to make that turn. Didn't need to slow down at all for that. next video I'll have this GoPro door secured so it doesn't make noise like this. So right now we are clear to go if it decides to go. If not, it's going to need to wait a second for this car to pass. Alright, so we're going, and we should speed right up to 45 to 50 miles per hour. We're just doing a good job there. Now let's see if it slows back down. Nope, seems like it's going to hold that speed. That's awesome. That felt great. Seems like we still drift over towards the center of the road on this turn. That's been very consistent ever since I got version 12. And I think I can say without a doubt, we're definitely getting way more steering wheel nag than the previous version. It doesn't really bother me, but it's definitely notable how much more it is. So far so good on this drive. Up here in about half a mile I'm going to delete the next navigation pin, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready for that. I think once we turn right onto this road I'd pretty much be good to delete it, but I'm going to let us go about a quarter of a mile down and then I'll delete it. And if I remember to do this one correctly, then we should make it all the way there without me messing up the navigation, which will be a first. I think this will be video number 5, and so far I think on every single one of them I have, oh, at least all of the ones that have been the test route to Yorktown Beach, I've screwed it up on almost all of them. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and delete the navigation pin now, and it looks like it's got us taking the correct route. So going a little bit slow right now through here. This is a tight road, that's okay. Alright, it's speeding back up now. Speed limit is 30 through here, but like I've said in previous videos, anything from 25 to 35 feels pretty good through here. Now I have been working on an auto park video that I want to upload too, but I've had a really hard time finding good parking spots to test it in. I do have one good one in a parking garage. It was kind of a tight spot to get into, and the car did excellent, and I put it through a couple of different tests there where I pulled it up to a gate and made it so that the first move the car had to do was go into reverse and back up and then pull forward and back into the spot. So that was pretty interesting. I tried that one in a couple different configurations, and the car knocked it out of the park on all of those. And then I did do some parallel parking. I had one that got a little bit too close for comfort, and you'll see that in the video when I finally put it up. And then had some just normal parking spots, and just kind of went around and tested it on a bunch of different spots. But I'm waiting to find one or two more challenging ones to add to it before I actually upload the video. I don't want it to be too boring. So that should be coming soon. Definitely check that out when I upload it. if you don't mind, if you're still watching, if you give this video a like, that would be awesome. This is a new channel and I'm trying to get my videos started. I'm still working through learning how to edit videos, camera settings, camera mounts, angles, all of those things I'm trying to work on to try to get the best quality videos. Right now I'm filming on a GoPro Hero 9 that I bought about 6 or 7 months ago to start these videos with, and at the time I don't think the 12 was out yet, I could be wrong, but it was kind of between the 9, the 10, or the 11, and at the time the 9 had the best price when I was also buying all the equipment to go along with it. So it's a good chance I'll upgrade to a 12 here soon. I need to read some more reviews on it and see if it's worth it. But definitely, if you've got any pointers, let me know. I'm definitely trying to get the best quality that I can. So if I didn't say it at the beginning of the video, today's Saturday, April the 10th, I believe, and it's 9 o'clock Eastern time in the morning right now. We're in Virginia on the East Coast, driving from Gecko, Virginia to Yorktown Beach. So far throughout this drive, been no interventions, no disengagements. It's a very, very good drive so far. A couple of things along the way that I've talked about. Mainly hesitancy, really. Other than that, it's been great. If you're just watching this video and you haven't really seen much of the difference between 11 and 12, or version 11 and 12, a lot more smooth through here, a lot more turns that it's capable of doing that it used to not be able to. If you've ever used version 12, you probably know that the turn signals were crazy, to say the least. They would turn signal when they didn't need to. I've had it before just turn signal in like the wrong direction. I've had it skip back and forth between left and right. The turn signals in version 11 were pretty horrible. They wouldn't come on until after you had like already started slowing down for your turn, and sometimes they wouldn't even come on until you started your turn. And really the purpose of a turn signal is to let people know you're getting ready to slow down and turn, not let them know after you've already slowed down that you're turning. So that is a much welcomed improvement, and a very, very noticeable improvement. Seems like there's also been a little bit of change with the visualizations. Seems like some of the edges are crisper, so I do like that too. A lot of good improvements with version 12. Version 11, it was very rare. I definitely never got intervention-free, or disengagement-free, much less an intervention-free drive all the way from Gecko to Yorktown Beach. That would be like totally unheard of. But if we make it there today, this will be the 3rd time that it's happened, and that's absolutely outstanding to me. So definitely looking forward to seeing how this progresses over time. I've only had version 12 for a little bit under a month. I think I got it somewhere around March 20th, so it hasn't even been a month yet. About 3 weeks. And this is my, let's see, I got 12.3, then I got 12.3.2.1, then 12.3.3, and now 12.3.4. So this is my 4th update in about 3 weeks or so. So definitely the pace of updates is awesome. So in previous versions, when we'd round this corner, the car would hit the brakes really hard. Yep, it's doing it right now. It's like as soon as it sees that railroad track sign, it seems to slow down. So we're going at good speed right now to go over these railroad tracks. They used to be super rough. I've talked about it in previous videos, but those you used to have to slow down to about 5 miles per hour, or else it was extremely uncomfortable to go over them. Alright, so we're stopped here. We've got a car coming up on our left, so I hope we wait. Yep, it spotted them and waited. And now we're going. Good job. Alright, feeling much better through here. Oh, we're slowing down. Okay, well, speed limit through here is 35. The car always says that it's 50 right now, but it's definitely not 50. 33 is not uncomfortable, but I do wish it would go 35 to 38. There's a patch up here in the road. Sometimes it mistakes as a speed bump. Yep, slowing down for it just a little bit. I think sometimes it thinks it is, it slows down a little bit and then pretty much immediately catches it. Yeah, going pretty slow right now. We're almost 7 miles an hour under the speed limit. Now this is kind of a tight turn. I'm okay with it slowing down for this, but we should speed up as we come out of this turn. Okay, which the car is speeding up a little bit. Our destination. So far so good. No interventions so far. We are driving kind of slow right now. The speed limit's 45. Alright, we're speeding up and the speed limit's going to go up to 55 here. In previous versions the car's gone 51, 52, which seems like that's what it's doing now. It's actually starting to speed up a little bit. So feeling real good so far. Yeah, carrying a good speed through here. This is definitely the fastest the car has gone on this road without another car behind it. Feels very good. And when we round this corner, the speed limit drops down to 45, and then a little bit after that it drops down to 35. And the car has always done a great job through here, always on version 12, done a great job through here of slowly lowering the speed that it's going. Now we got a bunch of traffic up ahead of us. This is a pretty nice day outside. It'd be a nice morning to go walk along the beach, so I'd imagine there's quite a few people that are going to be out here. And up here in just a little bit is an intersection that the car has struggled with on version 12. It does okay through the turn if there's no other cars around, but it seems pretty much like every time there's been a car around, I've had to disengage. Sometimes because it feels like we're driving straight at them. Check out my previous videos to see how this intersection goes. Hopefully today goes pretty good. So we got a Hyundai Ioniq 5 in front of us. Pretty sure their car is not driving itself, but alright, so we could go right now, but there is an SUV coming up here on our left, which is getting ready to turn, and I think it's waiting to make sure that they actually turn. Alright, good job, that felt good. I really do want to get a camera on the outside of the car that gives you a little bit more of a panoramic view, so I am working on that, but I'm thinking I might, if I get the Hero 12, I might put the 9 outside the car so you get a little bit better view. So we're still hugging a little bit too far over on the right through this turn. Now it did make it through it today, which is better than some previous videos. But usually if there's a car in front of us or a car on that right-hand section that we kind of overlapped into, it's going to cause me to disengage. So we're almost at our destination. I'm going to set a pin a little bit further up so that we pull over and park in a good spot. Kind of slowed down quite a bit right here. I don't know if it's because there's a bunch of people around or what, but we could carry a little bit more speed through here. Not a huge deal. Carrying a good speed here. Sometimes in previous videos we've really creeped through here, so this feels pretty good. Pretty nice day out here. The sun's not quite out right now. It's a little bit overcast, but no rain or anything. The windshield wipers haven't turned on by mistake yet, which is good. They do seem to be better in version 12 than 11. Now we got a bunch of people up here, so this is going to kind of screw up where we park. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a navigation pin a little bit further up, and let's see if it can navigate through these people. Now this is just a little bit of a bonus added onto the video. Overall, we did make it here, 0 interventions, 0 disengagements. Felt really good, probably one of the better drives to here so far. Not a whole lot to complain about, just some hesitancy every now and then, but overall I don't think that's a bad thing when a car is driving itself on pretty much totally new software, so I don't have any complaints there, or no major complaints there. Like I said earlier in the video, I don't expect it to drive exactly the way I would. I expect it to use more caution than me. Alright, so right now we're going very slow, which I don't think is a bad thing. A lot of kids and people around. Not exactly sure what this event is today, but it looks pretty cool. A lot of tables set up, people selling things. A lot of people out here today. Now, of course, as soon as we got here, everybody stopped crossing the road and whatnot. And up here we got a van kind of parked out. Let's see how it does going around them. I would imagine some people are going to walk in front of us here. Car's doing a good job. Kind of stopped. I thought they were going to cross too. Speeding up and coming through. Wow, that felt absolutely awesome. That felt supernatural. Or felt very natural, not supernatural. Yeah, overall, this is doing awesome so far. Alright, so I'm going to pull over right here, and I'm going to go ahead and end the video here and give you some final thoughts. So overall, like I said before, awesome drive up here. 0 interventions and 0 disengagements. That's starting to become much more frequent for me. It was a very, very smooth ride. The car didn't do anything jerky at all. It felt great. I can see how in about 6 months from now, once they sort out the minor little problems that there still are, such as speed control and hesitancy, I can see this really becoming some awesome software, not that it's not already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head home and I'm going to edit this video and get it uploaded since this version is relatively new. Let me know what you think below. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate everybody for watching, especially if you've made it this far. And I will see you in the next video, which might be a new version, it might be a different route, or it might be the auto park video finally. But definitely appreciate everybody watching. I'll see you in the next one.